everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ama if you're new here, and if you're returning, thanks for tuning in once again. It's holiday season, and so you know what that means? It means a holiday glam tutorial. So today I'm gonna do an in-depth holiday makeup tutorial. My skin is already prepped, but I've really been loving these watermelon niacinamide dewdrops from Glow Recipe. And so I like to put this on before I put on my primer. I just love the glow that it gives me. Like, do you see this glow? Yeah, also I already filled in my brows. I haven't cleaned them up yet, but just so you know, these are not my natural brows. I filled them in. If you want an in-depth eyebrow tutorial, let me know in the comment section and I will show y'all my updated brow routine. For primer, I like to use this Melt Makeup Hydrogrip one. I've been using this for years, honestly, and I'm still obsessed. I personally like to do my eyeshadow first before I do the rest of my face. Some people do it the other way. I don't know how, but that's just not for me. It's just not. So we're gonna start off with our eyeshadow. Just gonna take my Hourglass concealer. I'm gonna use that to prep my eyelids. A little goes a long way. I'm just gonna put a little bit of powder on there. This is my Wet n Wild Photofocus setting powder. Now we are ready for the look. I honestly don't know what I'm going for. I went on Pinterest to get some inspo. Let me go back on my Pinterest board to see, because I'm indecisive, y'all. Like, I am indecisive. I think I want to go for like a gold brown, you know, kind of look. This is my Masquerade mini Juvia's palette. I've had this for a minute, and I think I want to go in with this shade right here. It's like Huda. It's kind of like an orangish brown. I think that's a beautiful shade. And I'm gonna go in with a darker brown from this Juvia palette. I think I wanna use Kenya, which is a little bit darker than the brown I used. Eyeshadow, when you have your lashes done, is like the worst. And I'm just gonna go back into my first shade. And then I think I'm gonna go in with a lighter shade of brown right in the middle. And I'm using the Sephora Destinations palette. And I think I'm gonna pick this brown right here. And I'm just packing it on. We're gonna go in with some shimmer. I don't know if I want to use this shimmer, Nefertiti right here. This is what it's looking like. You can still make it better. I'm gonna go in to my first shade again. I'm gonna go into my darkest shade again. We gotta do the waterline, and we gotta do it underneath the eyes. But I like to do that part once my entire face is done, because remember, concealer and all that stuff is gonna go here. And you don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your time. Now we can do the rest of our face. First, I'm gonna color correct, and I'm gonna use the NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. So I have some hyperpigmentation around my mouth area. Look at how even things are looking. I like to just put a little bit of setting powder on there to set that color corrector. And now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the It Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. And then the Haus Labs foundation. Do y'all see that match? I just like to clean up my brows with my foundation. We don't do halo brows over here, no. A concealer, I'm gonna start with these Lancome Teint Idôle Ultra Wear Concealer. I love this concealer so much. This is a shade that is closer to my skin tone. I'm gonna let that dry, and while that is drying, I do like to do my bronzer and blush. For blush, I'm gonna use this Rare Beauty liquid blush. This is the shade Grateful. I think this shade looks so good on dark skin. And I like to apply my blush upwards. It just gives my face like a facelift, you know? Do you see how like that just like lifted my face? I'm a blush girly, so you know, I might have blush blindness. Oh, but my thing is like once I put my powders and everything on, like it's not gonna look as exaggerated as it's looking now. For bronzer, I'm using the Saie Beauty Sun Melt. Like, can y'all see how much I love this bronzer? Like, it's basically empty, and this is my second one this year. Just apply my bronzer right underneath my blush. I cannot believe there was a time where I wasn't bronzing. Like, yikes. I am loving this glow right now. Now I'm gonna blend out the concealer that I put under my eye. And I personally like to do a bright under eye, so I'm gonna go in with this lighter shade of concealer. This is the one from Huda Beauty. This is the Full Filter Concealer. Gonna go in with this shade. This is the Teint Idôle Concealer. It's a lighter shade. This is not as light as the one I put in my inner corner. It's like a medium light shade. Put that here. My nose. A little bit on the forehead. Now let that sit, and then we'll blend it out. If you want better coverage, you need to let your concealer sit for a little bit before you blend it out. I'm not saying leave your concealer on for an hour. That's crazy. If you let it dry out too much, then it makes it hard to blend, and I personally don't like to leave it on for any longer than 2 minutes because it just be giving patchy when I try to blend it out. No, we're gonna blend it out. I like to start with the rest of my face before I do my under eyes. What's beautiful and bright could do harm, but we can't feel without it. I know it looks pretty sharp right now. It won't look like that when I'm done. I like to go with the brush I use to apply my bronzer to kind of diffuse any harsh lines. And then similarly, I like to go in with the brush that I use to apply my blush. I use that to go over where I had put my blush initially to diffuse any harsh lines in that area. Same thing here. I personally like to contour my nose. There's different ways people contour their nose. You need to contour your nose based on the shape of your nose and what works for you. There's so many different ways to contour your nose. So just because I'm doing this doesn't mean you should do that, because everybody has a different nose shape and what works for me will not work for you. So for a seamless contour, you want to start the contour right here. You don't want to start the contour here because then it just looks weird. Okay, contour is blended out. Now we're going to go in with our pressed powder. For pressed powder, I'm using the Sephora collection Microsmooth powder in the shade 56. I am obsessed with this powder. I think it's amazing. I feel like people don't talk about it as much as they should. Like, it is really that girl. And before I set my concealer, I like to just go in and blend it out again. Just get rid of any creasing. Just look at this side and look at that side. This side is looking like a greasy mess, and this side is just starting to look flawless. We don't want to look like a glazed donut. Just put in the pressed powder everywhere I put my concealer. The phase is coming together. My powder bronzer, I'm using NARS Laguna powder bronzer. Just applying the powder bronzer everywhere I applied my cream bronzer. It's almost as if I'm setting the cream bronzer with my powder bronzer. I'm gonna go in with my powder blush. I will be using the Juvia's Place Blush Rouge Volume 3. I really like this shade because it just blends really well with the bronzer. Now, just a little bit baking. Now we're just gonna brush it away. It's like almost acts as like my finishing powder. It just makes everything look seamless and blended, no harsh lines, nothing. And then I like to go in with my Morphe setting mist. I just love the glow that it gives me. And then I like to just go in and just touch up my brows. Now we can continue with the eye makeup. I'm gonna go in with this little tiny brush. Go in with Huda. I'm just gonna put that right here. If you're not putting eyeshadow on your bottom lash line, you need to. That's something that I started doing this year, and I just love how it makes my eyes pop. It's just chef's kiss. I don't know what to do to my lips. I don't want to do too much. So this is it. I love it. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Rate this look from 1 to 10, 1 being bad and 10 being amazing. I personally think this look is a 10. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. So if you're looking for a holiday glam, this is it for you. Go ahead and save this video, share this video, you know, rewatch this video while you're doing your makeup for either Christmas, Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, you know, just for the holiday season. People are out here paying hundreds of dollars for this glam, and I'm giving y'all the tips for free. I will have all the products that I used in my video description, so if you want to know the exact products and the shades that I use, check that out in my description, and you can purchase the products yourself and, you know, achieve this glam. If you liked today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or compliments, let me know in the comment section. I love reading y'all's comments and replying to them, so, you know, leave me a little cute comment. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Join the family because I'm sure you want to see more videos like this. And if you have any specific videos that you want to see from me, you can also let me know in the comment section. If there's any specific tutorials you want to see, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll be back with more videos.